Yo YouTube, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. I am so weirded out to go. I felt like the curtain was moving behind me even though the fan isn't on. So weird to go back into this after a long gaming session of Resident Evil Survival Unit, which I just did.
Something you need?
Let's see if I still remember how to play the game. It's been like a week. I still don't know what we're doing and stuff, but like it's been a week. We're gonna deliver the power to Edgewater because, to my knowledge, you get the best ending by doing so. Because later on, you can convince these folks, like, just move on to Edgewater. Depending on probably like my speak ability and shit like that. It's all probably dependent on that. I love big RPG words like Fallout and this, where those bodies to stay on the goddamn floor or ground.
I always wanted to poke around in here. Where are we headed?
How is it not taking any damage whatsoever?
That's the last of them.
Oh yeah, because they're just weak to plasma. That's why.
This rifle.
It's weird to be back on a controller after playing with a mouse just recently. I wasn't really even using the keyboard with that game. But hey, it's good to switch between platforms. I'm a fucking gamer. Well, things certainly went to shit in here, obviously. With scientists being dead and shit. Obviously. Too bad I think my chatter's left due to the break. Ugh. I just need that longer break like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I do want to stream all those hours. It's just like the amount of hours that I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's like almost 9 hours always, so I want and need a break. Let's just go through the front door. Let's not be pussies. Let's be brave. From the planet to your living room. It's Spacer's choice. What the fuck was that about? I don't know why I just got like a lag spike.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
What do you probably consider the right thing?
Where are we headed? Nice one! That's the last of them!
Dude, the plasma weapons are fucking goated. Goddamn goated. Emerald Well Geothermal Plant, the Spacer's choice property. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio has been sputtering and I needed the reference. I returned the copy to the repair bay. Chaos everywhere, mechanicals gone haywire, gunfire, hearing some screams. Oh, law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct delinquent fee for my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family.
Got it. Inside voices.
Inside voices. Shovel? What the fuck? Unlock office door. Okay. Miss Braden. This letter serves as an informal notification for a company's displeasure toward your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinaries to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right but a privilege. Emerald Whale Geothermal Plant. From J. Braden. Oh, where's my chat window? To the esteemed members of the Emerald Whale Development Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind that the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Whale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing / canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable. The Emerald Well geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden, manager. Miss Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Whale region. Our officers agree with you. Agriculture and fishing / canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our officers are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists have been instructed to refill and upgrade the plant's population of auto mechanicals free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation.
Great work.
Let's check out this direction first. Because I don't know, I have a feeling that this direction forces you to go to that direction anyway. Plan status. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Nah, I have to make that choice.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Hey, I was right. The game forces you to go here anyway. Personal files. Access personal log 079. Geothermal Security Office, personal logs, S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Chester Higgins again. That holehead found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now on and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. It should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Oh, personal log 087. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up as chief of security with no staff, just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know, doesn't sit right with me, but this company's never been wrong before, I suppose. 098. Geothermal Security Office, personal logs. Worst has happened, mechanical's gone crazy, locked myself down here. Just trying to gather any courage, gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. Will delete this entry if I ever return. 006 message. Geothermal Security Office. Greetings, Security Chief 5 Tanaka. This is automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations endangered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle 0G Brew. 0G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Hello.
I'm ready for this. Don't mess with us. You got him.
Flywheel. Yeah, it sucks that my chatter's left. You know, again, like I need this longer of a break between Thursdays or on Thursday and Tuesday streams. So if there is ever a YouTube audience for me, if you're curious, yeah, I stream every day usually except Fridays, and I've made Thursdays and Tuesdays like my longer stream days. I'm usually live from 9 p.m. all the way to 6 a.m. And that's not an issue. I like it like that, but
Incoming.
I do need a break, you know, to get food. And change game and categories and stuff like that. Melee weapon mod. I don't think that I need it because melee is not my build at all.
There's two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Yeah, huh?
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's
Jeremy.
not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
You made it out of that
All
junkyard.
systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
This is odd. Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other mechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that. Borrow a copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need something to read down in the pit. Much obliged. C. Higgins. Chester's passcode. What the fuck is Chester?
No, just leave me alone.
Oh my god, I'm just getting like flashbacks, like, I remember this. I don't exactly remember what's happening here, but I remember this.
You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom. No, just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom.
Phantom.
Get away.
You okay?
Get away. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Slow down and tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh. And what exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
That's disgusting.
Well, yes, for the uninitiated palate. A true gourmand appreciates the Sprat's complex melange of flavors. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed? No. That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You mentioned being an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the Mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it. Ugh. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
And yeah, I never gonna find a logic module.
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Skills. Um. No. Actually, yes. Dun, dun, dun. How's my chatters? How's your Tuesday? Select new mode. Oh. Select new target. Define intruders. Now they're not gonna attack me anymore. As fucks.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Incoming! Ah!
I hope Jeremy's not dead, or hopefully we didn't kill Jeremy. I don't want Jeremy to die. Yeah, where did Jeremy go? What the hell? I'm starting to suspect that we killed him.
Halt. Processing.
Incoming! Where to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the Veil? Where are we headed?
Yeah, what does happen? The big choice right here. The big choice.
It's the last. I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Something you need?
I'm really curious, where the fuck did Jeremy disappear? Oh, well, he's probably dead. Unfortunately.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
My only headcanon currently is we killed Jeremy. I killed Jeremy, people. I killed him. Sorry, Jeremy.
I think you did the rightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they ain't care much for me.
They're not that negative towards me, which is surprising. It rose a little bit, of course. But I think it could have been worse. Wow, 40 minutes have already passed. Jesus, when I fucking play this game, the time just flies by, man. Oh, it's night. Alright, time to start using the fast travel a little bit. Because at this point we're just traveling back to the places like to deliver like the quest news basically. We did this quest. We did this quest.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
You only are missing the one. The elusive Port 3 is someone stashed away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit. What's on your mind?
Keep your wits about you. Keep your... I don't...
Marauders can't see us in the dark.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a...
Don't know how much longer. Keep your wits... Keep your... Keep...
Sorry.
I like how I got Zoe back here, then I just divert the power away from here. Like, what an asshole. Convincing somebody to come over here, but then like... Yeah, like, come on.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
This isn't personal, Adelaide. I need your power regulator.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same 4 walls together.
Reed isn't going to just leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses.
What the fuck?
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
That's disgusting.
If I were in a better mood, I might be inclined to try and change your mind. Look at that. The snake's come back.
I can't believe we're almost done with all the quests in this planet. We actually get to go onto the ship and go to other places. I think the next place the game gives you is the ship. And we're gonna be there for the next, fucking hours.
Never seen the Veil lit up like this before.
You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care.
Something you need?
I like how that increased my reputation among Spacer's Choice, even though this guy has his own personal doings. It has nothing to do with Spacer's Choice. Makes sense.
It's a fine new day in Edgewater. The cannery hums, streetlights and faces glow. I suppose this means the two of you were able to sort out the matter?
I'm not sure I made the right decision.
There's little point in second-guessing now. Take comfort in the fact that your choices are always, ultimately, in line with the grand plan.
I found Adelaide's been digging up corpses to improve the soil.
From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for?
He spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's got to sleep.
Yes, of course. My reaction was unreasonable.
You don't find what Adelaide's doing objectionable?
I'd need to give it careful consideration before answering. If it does improve the soil, it would seem to be a benefit overall. Once the spark of life is fled, the mortal form is but unanimated matter, comprised of the same elements as the rest of the universe. We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. While distasteful, I would judge Ms. McDevitt's actions beneficial to the greater good.
I'm surprised you'd say that. It doesn't seem disrespectful to you.
Only to the feelings of the living. The dead are no more concerned with their corpses than a snake is with the skin it shed. The greater good is to tend to the needs of the living, not the dead.
I've got your book.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I...
Wait.
Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You're overreacting a bit, don't you think?
Overreacting? Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Plague hidden backwater. What happened to all your crap about leading your flock?
Please, those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
What's in it for me?
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
She's that old?
I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Spiritual counseling? Are you even a real Vicar?
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling.
Excuse me, Vicar.
More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
I don't think you were being completely honest with me about that book. What's the story?
It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan.
How'd you get assigned to prison duty?
Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Fantastic. I promise you won't regret this.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. It is my esteemed pleasure to serve as your crew vicar, Captain.
Where are we headed?
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I'd like to know. Oh, something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Well, in the enthusiastic disposition.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Were they not religious?
On the contrary. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
This plan of yours sounds like a convenient way of to control the masses.
It can be if abused, but that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Seems quite trusting of you to sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope and of the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
My friends are on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Remind me, what are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where you can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bokonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Seriously? Only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French.
The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
That sounds like a great idea.
Can't believe my desperation has led me to you. Well, I just remembered there actually is a list like that. The Groundbreaker has access to it. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that simple Vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
How will our crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good, let's go.
Thank you, Captain. As always, I am at... What?
Let's talk about this personal quest of yours.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
Remind me, why would we want to do that?
If I can access the data cartridge from the terminal in security, I can easily hack into their arrivals and departures registry. That'll give us dates, times, and the crew manifests for every registered ship. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure. So... The simple version is this.
Tell me about the plan again.
The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
That's a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be, if abused.
Alright, let's go. Actually, YouTube, before we go. That's the end of this part of the Outer Worlds.